Welcome to Be Seen Season 2, hosted by yours truly, Divina, Duven. Hola, mis amores. Yes, we are back. It's been a long time, but we are finally back with a brand new season of To Be Seen. And I couldn't think of a better guest to have than the person that's sitting right next to me. We are so excited to be starting a brand new season, and I cannot wait to introduce you all of the beautiful guests that we have planned for you. Today's guest is truly drag royalty in Indianapolis, a celebrated entertainer, host, mentor, and one of the most recognizable performers in our community. She has spent years captivating audiences across Indiana and the country, and she does things that go beyond character work, live performance, and most importantly, unforgettable stage presence. She is a former Miss Gay Indiana 2019, a former Miss Glamour and Miss Gay Muncie. She has built a legacy not only through pageantry, but through her ability to fully transform into iconic characters and performers, including Cher, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and one of my personal favorites, Glinda, a role that is very special to her heart as a lifelong fan of The Wizard of Oz. Whether she's hosting the Divas Drag Brunch at Skyline Club or commanding stages across the Midwest, she continues to inspire generations of entertainers through her professionalism, artistry, and heart. Please welcome to the stage, Ana Crusis.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, girl, that was quite the intro. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
I am so happy and so excited you're here. And of course, I had to give you your flowers because, again, you have been a huge inspiration not only to me, but to many people in our community and to many up and coming artists that aspire to have a career like yours one
Oh, well,
day.
thank you for saying that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm so glad we know each other, and I'm so glad that you've started all of this. I'm very
Thank you.
proud and inspired by you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Um, I couldn't think of a better way to get started with our season 2. And before we get into it, I just want to ask you, how have you been? How are you?
I'm good. I mean, I'm excited to be here. I am loving life.
Good. You look absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
love
so much. You know,
just a little something,
just a
just a little
little something.
denim. So I wanted to ask how you got started. So, like, do you remember how everything
I
got
remember it like
started?
it was yesterday.
How was Ana Crucis born?
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I've always been a really theatrical kid,
Mm.
and I fell in love with The Wizard of Oz at the tender age of 2 years old. My mom had broken her ankle and borrowed the VHS from some family friends. I watched it, I fell in love, and it wasn't long before I was acting and singing out the whole thing. I eventually convinced my mom to go to CVS and to get me a plastic pair of ruby red slippers,
I
and that was
love.
officially the first time I began dabbling with gender expression and dress up and all of that.
Beautiful.
And I just loved it so much. And as I grew, I got more into theater. I began performing more. I was also a visual artist, and for my high school senior art show,
Hmm.
I dressed up as Glinda the Good Witch.
Yes.
And that was my very first time in drag
Hmm.
for some type of performance. Now, it was a little different type of performance, but when I got into college, I found Spectrum at Ball State, the LGBTQ plus IA student group on campus,
Hmm.
and they held a biannual drag show to raise money for causes in Muncie. And I was like, this sounds fun. Maybe I
Hmm.
should try this. And so I did it. I had a great time. It was like all the theater I'd done in the past, but now I got to be this diva-tastic character of Ana Crusis. Um, and I actually got my drag name from music theory class when I was in my undergrad at Ball State.
Hmm.
I decided Ana Crucis is a pickup note, for those of you that don't know, like before the downbeat of a song. And I was the first person who knew that answer in music theory. And I was like, that's kind of a cunty name. So I picked it, and here we are. So I did 4 years of fundraising drag at Ball State. And then I began meeting some of the local Muncie girls who performed at, like, once I became of age, at the Mark III Tap Room. in
Mm-hmm.
downtown Muncie. And so I began running around with all those girls and performing. And then when I moved back to Indianapolis, I had drag connections
Mm-hmm.
already from Muncie who traveled down to Indy. So they introduced me to all the girls, and I just started performing at local bars like Zonies, which was Illusions back then. And I did a couple things at Talbot Street, and then eventually I became the star supreme, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, the host over at the Monkey's Tail in Broad Ripple. And I worked there on cast with Cody Christine and Anya Knees, and eventually Sanaya Omni Hall and Miro. And after 6 years, it was just so much fun. And then I went and competed for Miss Gay Indiana in 2019 and won. And from there, things have just
Kept
taken
going for
off.
you.
Yeah,
So thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your story and how you got started.
absolutely.
I'm sure there have been so many different moments and experiences throughout your career. What has been that one thing that has kept the spark alive and the passion alive for drag
Mm.
after all of these years?
That's a great question. I don't think it's been a singular event that
Hmm.
happened, although winning Miss Gay Indiana, that definitely would be a
Hmm.
pinnacle of my career. I would say it's more the people. All of the people that you interact with behind the scenes and at the shows.
Hmm.
They just really get me going. It's amazing what we can do for people, what we do for ourselves as artists, and what we do for each other in our community.
Yeah. And again, that shows so much in your work, how you continue to inspire other people, and it shows how you have such a huge passion and love for what you do. So that's something that I admire so much about yourself.
Thank you. That means a lot that I
Mhm.
inspire people. I won't say that when I began drag, that's what I set out to do.
Mhm.
I think it was more for me and a way for me to express myself, but it's a wonderful part of it and a beautiful aspect of it that I'm so thankful for.
Yeah. To go kind of with on that same theme of maybe inspiring more people and the younger generation coming, what has been the best piece of advice you have received throughout the years?
Oh wow. Um, there have been so many girls who've talked to me throughout the years that have given me little pieces of wisdom. Most of them were pretty cunty and not very nice, but I would say one of the best things that I don't know if anyone told me this or if I just learned it
Hmm.
along the way talking to people is never stop growing as an artist. You
Hmm.
always have to continue to evolve and look for that next new thing and what's going to be your next chapter. I mean, it's worked for Madonna and Cher, so.
Right. This leads, now that you mentioned Madonna and Cher, this leads perfectly into something that I wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm.
You still do a lot of character work, which
Yes.
is really cool, and it's a huge part of drag. What has been some of your favorite characters that you get to do?
I love all the characters that I get to create and represent. I will say illusion work is some of my favorite stuff to do.
Hmm.
And I won't even pretend that I'm excellent at it, but it is so much fun to get to put on a persona of someone who's already a diva. Um, they've got iconic looks that you can recreate,
Hmm.
and you try to attempt to do their makeup and just embody their persona on stage. That is a blast. Some of my favorites would have to be Winifred from Hocus Pocus. I
Hmm.
love Bette Midler. She's a classic, and she's so epic in that. But I think just paying tribute to all the powerful women, whether they be celebrities like Cher, Madonna, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, or people from film and even cartoon characters. I
Hmm.
like getting to do. It's more kind of cosplay, but I'd say it's character work still. Pikachu is one that I used to do a lot, and I'm currently working on bringing him back, and also Cynthia from the Rugrats.
Oh,
I love a
yeah.
little nostalgic
Hmm.
moment, and yeah,
And I do think that the audience connects a lot to when it's not only Ana Crusis or Divina Duven, but they also get to see maybe an artist or character that they also love
yeah. I
and
think
connect
it
with.
I think it brings familiarity, especially to maybe straight audiences who aren't as used to seeing drag, and
Hmm.
then they go, "Okay, it's Madonna."
Right.
It's Cher, I get this. It's relatable. It's easy to consume. Um, and I think that's a wonderful thing that we can do a little bit of that and a little bit of other things too.
Yeah. That's Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing all of
Mm-hmm.
this with us, Anna. We're going to go ahead and take a little break and then
Okay.
we're going to move on to our next segment. Um, Thank you so much for watching. To my 2V Scene audience, we'll be right back with some more Ana Crusis.
Today's episode is sponsored by.
Thank you for watching To Be Seen. Would you like to get involved? If you have any ideas, sponsorships, or guests you'd like to see on our show, send us a message at MediabyNickCagle@gmail.com. We'd love to promote local queer events during our ad breaks. Reach out with yours for a chance to be featured on our episode.
Welcome back to Be Seen Season 2. This time around, we are introducing a brand new segment to our podcast, and we're calling it The Voicemail. So while we were on break, the phone has been ringing nonstop, and I think there might be a message for you in there, Anna.
Should we
So I
listen to
think
it?
I think we should listen to it.
I'm so excited for this part.
There's something waiting on the other side.
Hello, 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 anal crisis of Indiana. Ooh, hello, Mama Anna. It is your daughter, Miss Aura, or Mister, depending on the day. You know, the one that you were gifted as a failed abortion. That daughter, correct. I know the world and all of the boys have seen your places, but now I'm so glad that the world can see you in a visual way, and because of course, and you are absolutely beautiful. You are literally one of my biggest inspirations in drag, from the way that you constantly stay up on new references as well as referencing classic drag, yet still always putting your own flair on it. You are someone who is both so hardworking in the entertainment industry, but also in real life, inspiring those young children and walking them in nature through a musical way. I hope you are being yourself and letting your walls down. So, with that, I have a question that I just feel really represents your drag and the impact you've left on Indiana. So, what is the dirtiest sexual experience that you have ever had? And I'm talking nasty, bitch.
Can I
I
hang
want to
up?
know the details. I want to know how that doll painted the wall. Tell me and tell the world. Love you. Bye.
Oh my
You don't
God.
to preface all of this, you don't have to answer that last
I love it.
question.
I love it. My daughter
Um,
is filthy, and I am so thankful that she called. Uh, what is the dirtiest sexual position? Oh my God, my partner's right behind the camera. Oh, uh, and
we,
it might have happened before him. Let's just say it involved multiple people.
well,
We'll leave it at
we'll leave it at
that.
that.
Yeah,
I think we should just not
I'll
go
have to
too much
call
into
Aura
detail,
back.
and then I'll answer the question privately to
Yeah.
her. I think.
Or we can pretend like I'm answering, and then we'll just cut to break right there.
Yeah, perfect. Um,
That was sweet. Thank you, girl.
yeah. Um, Even though that question was a little crazy at the end, I think Aura touched on really beautiful things about yourself.
She's so
Again,
sweet.
just shows how much people are inspired by everything you do and how much people respect you and
That means a lot.
um, admire you and appreciate all of the mentorship that you have done.
I'm
Um,
happy to be able to offer that to people because there have been so many people who've offered that to me throughout the years. And yeah, wow.
Aura mentioned one thing that was that you have the ability to stay current while also still maintaining some aspect of that classic drag.
Mm.
So, has that been something that has been important to you throughout your career, or you kind of just has happened naturally?
Yeah, I think it has been important. I will say the older I get, the more challenging it is. And so I really, really want to give respect to the queens that are, who've been in the game even longer than I have or are doing so much more. But yeah, you have to stay current. You've got to stay up on the trends, see what the young kids are doing because that's what it's all about. People want to see people that are at the clubs or they're young, they're having
Hmm.
fun. They want to see the current things, whether that's movie, television, video games. They want references and
Hmm.
and things like that. And we want to see fashion too.
Yep.
We want to see drag evolve, but you can still pay homage to what came before as well.
Yeah. I I absolutely love that so much. I feel like as one of the younger queens on the scene and somebody that's still up and coming, I think it is so important to me to still respect and showcase the roots of where drag came from and the people
Mm-hmm.
that came before me. And I feel like I try to incorporate that a lot into my drag. So I think it's such a beautiful thing to be able to still pay respect and homage to the kind of drag that came before us.
Absolutely.
Another thing I wanted to ask you is to tell us a story, maybe
Oh,
not a crazy story like Aura was asking about, but what has been like maybe something that has stuck with you throughout the years, like can be a favorite
okay.
memory
I'll tell you the
backstage.
first time I got bullied in drag.
I would
How
love to
about
hear
that?
it. Yeah.
By a fellow queen at that. So this was the very first time I was working at Illusions, which
Hmm.
became Zoni's Closet. It's now closed. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of our
Hmm.
spaces in Indianapolis. Um, anyway, I came to the gig. I slathered myself in glitter. I just thought that that was gonna make the whole look. You know, I
Hmm.
wasn't good at makeup, so
Hmm.
glitter can hide a lot, and it also makes you feel fabulous, right?
Yes,
We
absolutely.
love glitter. And so I came to the club, and I forget who the queen was. It might have been Portia Van Buren. Oh, look at me dropping names. She's dead, so that's all right. God rest her soul. Anyway, she looked at me as soon as I walked in there. And I was a newer queen. It was a hot spot night, so
Mhm.
I was in her territory. And she was just like, "Who the fuck do you think you are with all that glitter? Are you Tinkerbell? Get out there." I was like, "Oh my God." But I thought I looked lovely, so but that stuck with me because I think you know, had I been into the game more, I
Mhm.
might have picked up. Maybe she was maybe
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
bantering like we love to do
Mhm.
backstage. And in that moment, maybe she was trying to bring me into the sisterhood because we love to kiki
Yeah.
and to cut up with the dolls. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I can relate to that. Again, as a newer entertainer, I think there has been some instances where I step into a dressing room and there's people that are way more experienced than me, and then they sometimes make some comments or cutting remarks that can feel a little bit like I'm
Mhm.
being attacked.
It hurts especially when you're new and
Yes.
you don't know everything that's going
Mm.
on.
Yeah. And I have come to learn that a lot of times it is coming from like a playful, shady
Mhm.
side.
It's usually from a place of love.
Yeah.
I think in that moment she was probably like, "Girl, that glitter really does not look good.
Mm,
Take that off. It's
right.
too much." Or the
Hmm.
the placement isn't right. But she did it in a fun, playful way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't get it at the moment.
I,
And maybe she was being a bitch. I don't know. Some people are, and that's fun too.
yeah.
Especially in drag, we get to create that persona. Oh, he said wrap it up. Ooh.
With that being said, thank you so much for sharing. I'm sure everybody is enjoying our conversation a
I hope
lot,
so.
and um, it has been very insightful and interesting hearing bits and pieces about your story and moments throughout your career. We're going to take another little break, and we'll be right back with some more To Be Seen Season 2 with our very, very, very special guest, Ana Crusis.
Hey there! We hope you're enjoying the episode so far. If you'd like to see more from our special guest, here are a few upcoming opportunities to catch them live over the next few weeks. First up, join Anna on June 10th at Metazoa Brewing Co. for Drag Bingo, co hosted by Vicky St. James. Then, head to Cozy Lounge in Columbus, Indiana for an exciting drag show celebrating the Pride season in style. After that, Anna will be bringing the glamour to a Lady Gaga drag brunch at the Funny Bone in Cincinnati, Ohio. And finally, on Sunday, June 28th, Anna joins the cast of Lemu Drag Brunch in Louisville, Kentucky, hosted by Dusty Ray Bottoms. Be sure to follow Anna on social media to stay up to date on future appearances and performances. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
Yeah. I
Um,
definitely think it's going to take off. I mean, if nothing else, you're literally documenting drag
that's
history of the Midwest.
our goal.
Like
Like,
Neon during COVID did Oh, are we back on? Is this thing on? this mother. Anyway, so during the COVID pandemic, Neon got online and started creating an interview segment called In the Neon Spotlight.
hmm
And I absolutely loved it because she just interviewed local girls and people that are legends in our community. Asia LaBouche, Vicky St. James, lots of, and newer girls too, to just capture all of Indiana drag history.
Yeah, I think it is so important, and one of the main reasons why we do it to, as we said, document queer history,
Yes.
especially our queer history here in the Midwest, because we have so many legends that have paved the way for the scene and drag to be what it is today. So that's absolutely one of our main goals, and why we do To Be Seen. Welcome back to another episode of To Be Seen Season 2. This time around, we are getting to chat with Ana Crusis. Welcome
Ooh.
back.
Thank you.
For this last segment of the show, I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk about one of your big passions, which is musical theater.
Yes. I love a musical.
I think that has been, in many ways, an influence on a lot of the things that you do.
Hugely.
So, what can you tell us about it? How did that love was born? I know you said you watched The Wizard of Oz at
Mm-hmm.
like such a young
Ad
age.
nauseum.
So, tell us a little bit about your love for musical theater.
Yeah. I mean, in elementary school, I was fortunate enough to be the gingerbread man in a gingerbread man Christmas, and I had a little rap solo, so that was cute.
Yes.
So, I mean, I started in elementary, and then
Mhm.
middle school, I did drama club. And then in high school, when I started doing choir, I discovered Footlight Musicals downtown Indianapolis,
Mhm.
and I went and auditioned for, I think it was a high school production of Les
Mhm.
Mis. I got in. Eventually, I started doing not only on stage, but I began conducting, vocal directing, playing trumpet in the orchestra pit, so on and so forth. I just loved everything theater. The
Mhm.
lights, the curtains, the music. It's all so dramatic and so beautiful. And I've only been to Broadway once,
Mhm.
but Evan and I, my partner Evan, we go see all the Broadway tours that come through. And I think just that love of theater and my love for painting and just queer art and expression, I think that's kind of what led me to being a drag queen.
Yeah.
And I love when I get to do a Broadway number or do a Broadway
Mhm.
character. It's just it brings me so much joy.
I feel like I have gotten to experience musical theater now as an adult because back in my home country of Venezuela, I feel like I got robbed in a way of getting to experience the world of musical theater,
Mm.
or even in high school. Like I started high school here late, like I only did my last few years of high school. I feel like if I had the opportunity to grow up maybe here or in an environment where I had access to more musical theater, I would have 1,000% been a
You've got to
theater
go to
kid.
Broadway. Go to New York.
Yes, I would love to.
Oh, you will live your life.
What would you say are your favorite musicals?
Top musical,
Mhm.
Dreamgirls.
Okay.
Hands down. Hands down. It's incredible. The fashion, the music, the drama. Oh, the backstage drama. It's drag, honey. It
Mhm.
is drag at its finest. The heartbreak. Second would be The Wiz.
Mhm.
I just love the music, the dancing, the story. I mean, everything about it is incredible. I love anything Stephen Sondheim, Into the Woods. What else do I love? Well, maybe I don't love as much Sondheim as I thought. Follies, not so much. Anyway,
Yeah.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, just all of the greats, Rodgers and Hammerstein, I love them all. A classic musical, a campy musical, a horror musical, anything that's on a stage, I want to see it.
Yeah. You have mentioned that you love how grand it is and all of the everything that goes into musical theater and how it relates to drag in so many ways, and sometimes it can even relate to real life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any specific moment in your life where it could have been right out of a Broadway musical? Like maybe some big dramatic moment that you are like, Is there an audience watching this right now?
Yeah, I think it would be probably my coming out. I came out
Mm-hmm.
at 14 and I was just gayer than a goose. And I think one of the first people I told was my high school band director and some of the other band geeks with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I see a scene of like a celebratory moment going down the hallway and all the band kids come out and they're playing all their horns and stuff. And it's just like this big gay coming out parade. I think that would be an incredible musical number.
I love that. To wrap things up, I wanted to ask you what has been no.
It's live theater.
To wrap things up, I wanted to ask you what are you most proud of when you look back at your journey?
Mm. What am I most proud of? I would say, and this goes back to what I said at the beginning of the
Mhm.
show, it would be all of the connections that I've made through the years, all the friends. It's I mean, if all of this went away tomorrow,
Mhm.
costumes, hair, makeup, it's all gone, can't perform, somehow music's gone. The people are, I think, what matter the most.
Mhm.
And there have just been so many important people that have come into my life through this art form and people that continue to stick by my side throughout it all that that's what matters.
Yeah. I think drag in art for queer people can be life-changing
Mm.
in so many ways. So it makes my heart so warm to hear that people has been a huge driving force within everything that you do and something that you feel really proud of.
People who need people.
To be seen exclusive.
Okay. Catching on iTunes.
Um, fuck, I have
Do people
something.
still
Okay,
use
okay.
iTunes? It
I
doesn't
think
matter.
so,
It
kind
doesn't
of like
matter.
Apple Music.
Hmm.
Um, what's in store for Ana Crusis next? Do you have any goals, any maybe like pageants that you would like to do in the future,
Mm.
or any things that you have on your bucket list that you still want to do?
Yeah, QVC. Yeah, I want to go on there and sell a sweater. Or some leggings. No. Great question. I think um the longer I stay in this business, the more I wonder like what else is out there.
Mhm.
I think one of my pieces of business that is still left unfinished is getting to a national pageant.
Mhm.
I competed for Miss Gay Michigan America as a prelim, got third. Uh, you know, I was this close,
Mhm.
and I think that's where I want to see myself is just making it to the national stage, entering another sisterhood,
Mhm.
meeting more people, getting to travel. I think that sounds like so much fun. I don't know. I'd like to do more of this. This was fun today, so thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
absolutely.
Um, More theater. I've enjoyed doing a couple
Mm.
productions with IDT, and I want to see, what else there is with that.
Yeah.
So.
Are there any specific roles that you would love to play?
If I could tap better, I'd say Reno Sweeney and Anything Goes, or maybe Mama Rose from Gypsy when I get just a little bit older. I'm
Mm.
not quite old enough for that yet.
Okay. Thank you so much for not only being here, but for allowing me to ask you all of these questions and get to know you a little bit better. And for everybody that's watching to get to know you a little bit better. We have a signature closer here in To Be Seen, where we give our guests the opportunity to address the audience and the camera and just say anything that feels like you or any message that you want to put out there.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and look at your audience in the eyes and
Here,
let them know whatever you
here.
want to say.
Listen, Ana Crusis speaking here. In a world where you can choose to be anything, be kind.
Thank you so much. Such beautiful and wise words. I
Thank you.
appreciate you so much, Anna. Thank you
Thank
for
you. Thank
being
you so much for
here.
having me, girl. This
Yes,
was an
it's been so
absolute
fun.
blast. It was an honor to be seen.
Yes. Thank you. We're so excited for this season. We have so much more in store. Make sure you follow Anna on all of her social media. Make sure you
Yes.
stay tuned for all of her future endeavors. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe
Link in
on
bio.
this video. Um, we adore you, and we are so happy we are back. And we will see you next time with some more to be seen. Bye. Yay.
Next time, I want to have a puppet with me.